Hello, welcome to the I Ching Cafe. My name is Belinda Dovston, and it is wonderful to have you here with me for our weekly overview for the week commencing the 20th of June, 2022. Last week, we had dam management, and I don't mean that as a bad word, I mean that as literally the management of the dam, all right? Controlling the flow of water, finding a way to put in place measures, controls, structures, projects and instruments to help us manage the intense flow that is happening around us and the potential for overwhelm and the water to flow over the edge of the dam and cause havoc, as well as this gentle dispersing through Hexagram 59 of what's locked and fixed, obstacles that perhaps were locked up and inaccessible. Now this thaw starting to happen to let us tap into the things that have been locked up, to let us liberate ourselves from the past and free up those issues. So please do share a comment. If there was something for you that happened that was evidential in the week, it would be awesome to hear that from you. Right, so our week ahead, what is the I Ching asking us to pay attention to now? What is the flow of change for this week? Where should our focus be as a collective in what is really guiding us and shaping our lives and giving us an opportunity to grow? And our first hexagram for this week is Hexagram 1, the creative. It is back. Okay, this is the beginning, the seed, the power, the creative energy, the creative spark that wants to burst into our lives and activate us into a new beginning, into a whole new cycle. And last time we had this hexagram, we had this creative power, but we also had these changing lines that were really, really tricky. They were saying, the dragon's hidden in the cave, the dragon's only stirring, don't think you've got more power than you have, all that stuff. Well, this week the dragon's here again and it is pumping. So I'll share with you shortly the changing line that comes to show us things have moved along and we can start using our power very well. Creative power, the dragon that soars and barrel rolls through the sky and breathes fire. This is the energy of new creative primal energy. You know, it's the primal creative drive that we can tap into, that we can work. It's going to help us this week if we tap into it, if we speak to the dragon, give it a name, okay? I'm challenging you to give it a name. Give your dragon a name and ask it, how can I be an instrument of this creative power? How can I work with this new energy that's wanting to come into my life and into my business? What is the new cycle I'm starting? What is the new energy that I'm working with? And this is such a different energy to what we had last week. Whoa, Nelly, okay? Controls, don't do it, manage the dam, dispersing, things locked up and thawing. And so here we see this kind of burst of creative power that's coming to bless us, coming to help us this week, and our task is to tap into it. So I would love to hear what you name your dragon. That would be really cool. I must actually think about it myself as, what is my dragon's name? Okay, and let us speak to it as if it was an entity or a thing or a consciousness that has come to bring us the blessing, that's come to soar through our life this week and to bring us new energy, okay? A new cycle has begun, new things are emerging. Very exciting. It's a lovely energy. And of course, when we work with this creative energy, we don't go completely crazy with it, right? We are in principle, we channel the strength it brings, we focus our creative power. And you think about anyone who is creative, and I'm not saying artist, I'm saying a creative thinker of any kind. They have learned to discipline and channel the energy. They don't just let the creative flow run amok in their lives, right? You burn out if you do that, right? You fizzle out like a meteorite coming back into Earth's atmosphere. What we want to do is we want to mature our ability to tap into and use our creative energy. I'm sure you or someone else listening to this episode is going to say to me, yes, but I'm not creative. And I'm going to say, you are wrong. The fact that you are building cells in your body every moment, you are being creative, okay? There is creative energy that you have an ability to tap into, to shape your life, to make decisions around the vision that you're wanting to fulfill, and to go out and do it, right? That requires this creative energy. You might not be an artist, or you might not be a designer. Who cares? You are using creative energy every day. Your task is to master your ability to use your own dragon, okay? Isn't there a movie called How to Train Your Dragon? I just realized the irony of that. Okay, so we're training our dragons this week, people. Okay, so share the name of your dragon in a comment below when you do that exercise. It'll be really fun to see what we've called our dragons. Okay, so that's our dragon energy for this week that we are tapping into, we're working with. And we have only one changing line in the third position. Okay, so it's moved up from that position 1, which was the dragon hidden in the cave. When we've progressed, we've moved up to line 3. So I have shared with you before that lines 3 and 4 are like crossing the chasm in the hexagram. They're the transition between the lower trigram, the lower 3-lined image, and the top 3-lined image. We're crossing over that bridge between the one and the other. So lines 3 and 4 tend to be tricky energy. 2 and 5, okay, are solid. They're in the center of their 2 trigrams. They usually are quite solid and they're connected to the powerful use of the hexagram. Usually, okay, there are exceptions, but this 3 and 4, tricky. Okay, so line 3, we are crossing the chasm, right? Our dragon is crossing the chasm. And so there, in that process, we are facing ghosts of the past, issues and things that need to be dealt with. Lots of things are coming at us and flying at us this week as this line comes to bring us some focus. And despite the challenges and old issues coming back to haunt us and new issues coming to keep us awake at night, we must persevere and we must use our dragon, climb on the dragon and go. Okay, so there's opportunity for us to really get somewhere, to unlock something this week, because we climbed on the back of the dragon, and despite the hounds of hell chasing us behind, if we're going to create a movie, right, we jump on the dragon and we go for it. We just go for the future. This line says we are leaving behind the past now. Okay, we are crossing this chasm with the dragon. Let it go. Leave behind the way that you used to do things and head for the future. This is all about not looking back, not letting all the things that are, chumping at you, let them go. Just keep focused on the vision you're trying to fulfill and go for it. Okay, that is what this line is giving us permission to do this week. And then our second hexagram, our relating parallel flow of focus and change for this week, is hexagram 10. Okay, 10 is called treading. Okay, treading on the tail of a tiger, if you had to take a full long mouthful at it. And from the structure of the hexagram, we have, our creative energy at the top, and we have our little lake at the bottom. So the bottom trigram is lake, the top trigram is heaven. Okay, and what this creates as an image is the little young girl, okay, which is the youngest in the family in the I Ching. She's Tui, okay, she's this little young girl, and she is trolloping after the creative power. She's trolloping after the tiger. Okay, now, if we run too fast after the tiger, okay, come play with me, right? And she's running after the tiger, and she happens to stand on his tail because she is over exuberant and hasn't heeded any sense of danger or warning. What does the tiger do? Okay, if you get a hiss, that's good. If you get a snap or a nip, not so good. You get a full attack, fatal. Okay, so this week, what we have to pay attention to is the way that we make our way forward. Okay, treading is about following the thing, okay, the power that's drawing us forward, this tiger, the top trigram of the creative. We're following the tiger. We are not running heedlessly and recklessly after it. We are taking a step-by-step approach. We're following it. We're wary of the power and what it could do if we gave it a fright, right? We follow the power, but we do that by taking a step-by-step approach. This is about putting your hiking boots on, okay, and recognizing the way that we tap into this energy and follow this energy is by putting one foot in front of the other. This is not a racing trigram and hexagram. This is a process of process, okay, for yourself in your life and for yourself in your business. Okay, this week, as we work with this creative power that's unlocking and the dragon can now cross the chasm, finally, what we have to do is we have to follow a process. Okay, I would suggest that wherever you are trying to tap into new things, where this new energy is happening for you, where in your business and your clients and your team is the new energy being worked with in your personal life? Where is this new energy being worked with? And what you do is you overlay, okay, the creative process with good implementation processes, okay. Follow the power with good step-by-step approaches, okay. Practical, sane processes, okay. We are not running, we are stepping one foot in front of the other. And in so doing, what we can do is we can tap into and work with this power, this tiger, that can bring huge blessings. I mean, it's a symbol of abundance, but only if we walk carefully and put one foot in front of the other. So a week of treading, a week of walking and following the creative impulse and getting on that dragon and going for it. Thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. It'd be great to have you rejoin us for the next episode. We are heading towards the end of June, so don't forget, if you haven't yet done so, to watch June's overview, the amassing and the enthusiasm and the crowd and the clouds that are wanting to expand us and tap us into a huge audience. Hallelujah. Wonderful energy. So go and check that out if you've missed it, or perhaps recap what this month is all about. Thank you so much. See you in the socials, and of course, see you very soon.